Hello and welcome to Friday Morning Dharma on August 23rd. Thank you for being here. Let's begin with some meditation and settle into a comfortable meditation posture. The most important feature of a proper meditation posture is for our spine to be straight and relaxed. We can be facing straight ahead with our head tilted slightly forward. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and softly close your eyes. And please gently bring your awareness to the exhalation of your breath and allow your exhalation to be just a bit longer and a bit more pronounced than your inhalation. Please feel free to experiment with pausing briefly at the bottom of each exhalation. When you're ready, please transition into meditation on the inner body. Become the silent observer of sensations that may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. Be like a mountain with consciousness as you silently observe sensations within your own body mountain. One of the most meaningful insights to be had from this meditation is that you have the direct experience of the fact that your body and your mind are not separate. As you know, your consciousness is not confined to the envelope of your skin. Therefore, because your body and your mind are not separate, this means that your body is also not confined to the envelope of your skin. So, very, very gently, I'd like you to allow your body mind to expand beyond the envelope of your skin. Allow your body and your mind to gently and gradually expand until it fills up the room that you're occupying. Allow your body, mind to gradually and gently expand until it fills up the entire building that you're occupying. Allow your body to expand further, mixing with and enveloping your entire neighborhood, the state in which you're located, the country in which you're located, expanding ever outward. Allow your body mind to expand down into the earth, up into the sky, ever outward, until your body fills up all of space. This is the Dharmakaya, the truth body. For the last few moments of this meditation, please just simply rest and continue to observe silently your Dharmakaya, separate from nothing, inclusive, filling all of space. Now, please gently redirect your awareness once again. Become aware again of this entity we've agreed to label physical body, and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths. Become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of the physical surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of clouds, of blue sky beyond the clouds, of outer space beyond the blue sky. And you can know experientially now, you can know that you are not these phenomena, nor are you separate from these phenomena. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings without exception soon come to enjoy an abundance of pure air and water, delicious, nutritious food, safe, warm, dry, reliable, affordable shelter, and comfortable, functional, attractive clothing. With everyone's basic needs met, may we all enter and progress on wisdom paths that lead to complete liberation from all forms of suffering. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Thank you, and welcome back. So, one of my favorite things to do is to contemplate Dharma. I mean, there's studying Dharma, and there's meditating on Dharma, and then there's just like contemplating, like, I don't know, kind of like daydreaming, but not exactly. Just considering, just considering different Dharma matters. Um, one little test or Dharma contemplation that I offered to you in a class last week, pardon me, had to do with the bell. Remember the ringing of the bell? Yep. If you weren't at that class and yeah, are interested in it, it's that class is archived on Lotus Center's YouTube channel, so you can go and familiarize yourself with the question that I asked the yogis that were on the call that morning. Got another one that I'd like to offer for your contemplation. And by the way, we'll take up the bell ringing question because it's really, really important at some point in the future, as well as the one I'm going to invite you to contemplate. We talk about Dharma a lot. Some traditions refer to it as Dhamma, Dhamma. The tradition I was trained in is Dharma, Dharma. So what exactly is Dharma? Convention. I mean, ultimately, it's sort of beyond expression and beyond definition. But for practical purposes, for contemplation, what is Dharma? For me, Dharma is wisdom teachings, not really confined to any spiritual path or religious doctrine. For me, Dharma means wisdom teachings. My question to you is, what constitutes a wisdom teaching? What makes a particular teaching a wisdom teaching as opposed to one that is not a wisdom teaching? Okay. All right. We'll take that up another time, along with the bell ringing question. Um, so we are continuing our journey through training in tenderness. In particular, Sigar Kongtrul is giving us teachings, giving us Dharma teachings on ways to remove obstacles to our free-flowing sewa, our tenderheartedness, our warm-heartedness. And one obstacle is so great that that the author of Training in Tenderness devoted an entire chapter to it. Okay. And it has to do with grudges. Grudges are so great an obstacle to our experiencing sewa, or remaining, a good, better way of putting it is remaining connected to our sewa. And I have offered many times over the years and over many classes um, the view that we cannot think our way into being happy. We cannot think our way out of suffering. An expression that Eckhart Tolle uses from time to time is, academic knowledge, intellectual knowledge will not liberate us from suffering, won't really make much of an impact on our suffering or bring about happiness at all. Eckhart Tolle says, off from time to time, the study of insanity will not make you sane, and for our therapists on this call, I hope that's not too objectionable. But that's not to say that there's not benefit through academic, intellectual, conceptual knowledge. We need to use sharp intellect and sharp analysis in order for us to be able to diagnose the problem, really. And for me, I think there is no more appropriate application of study and analysis and conceptual understanding than that of having a grudge, right? There are certain delusions that, for me anyways, I'm just, this is really just personal sharing now. There's certain delusions where it's kind of open and shut for me. They're not much contemplation or study, understanding is really necessary. For example, jealousy, the delusion of jealousy. Jealousy is being angry over someone else's happiness, right? And that is just so that just when I think about it in those terms, it's like, okay, I need to free myself of jealousy, because that's just all delusions are crazy mindedness, but jealousy is like right up there with the craziest of all. Another one is miserliness. Miserliness for me doesn't really require a lot of study and analysis. Miserliness is this confused notion that the way for me to, or I guess I should say, a state of mind behind the delusion of miserliness is that the way for me to ensure that I have plentiful resources is for me to hoard. Hoarding will bring about great material resources and wealth, which is in direct conflict with the laws of karma. Karma says that the way to abundance is to give, right? We get what we give, so if we give, we receive. Yeah. Um, Also related to miserliness is that my happiness, my comfort is more important than the comfort of others. Therefore, I'm going to hoard and keep it all to myself, miserliness. Grudge is so many different layers to holding a grudge and to overcoming the grudge, whatever it might be. And I would invite you as we spend the next 2 or 3 classes talking about grudges, please think about a grudge that you're holding and make this a real life example. Make this a real life exercise, please, so we can learn from it and hopefully heal the grudge that we are carrying. Because a common expression, a common kind of anecdote for grudges is that holding a grudge is like thinking that by our drinking poison, we will kill our enemy, that we will bring harm to our enemy. We drink poison, and that's going to bring harm to our enemy. And of course, we're the biggest, we suffer the most from holding a grudge. So, what exactly is a grudge? A grudge is really a super intense form of resentment, isn't it? I mean, there's resentment, and then there's grudge level resentment. Yeah. A grudge, to my way of thinking, is a very powerful form of resentment. And what exactly is resentment? Resentment is remembering to be angry, right? It's like applying our powers of memory or mindfulness to be angry. And this is where it gets really, really bizarre. Yeah. In resentment, we have basically perfected our practice of mindfulness. Yeah. Because we can go right back to the object of our resentment, which is almost always a person or the actions of a person. Yeah. And we can go to that object and hold it single pointedly with perfect clarity on what happened. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like the craziest of all the delusions. And it's worthwhile for us to really examine. I mean, the craziest of all the delusions, that might be an overstatement, but it is just so vivid and so powerful and so accessible. Like our understanding and appreciation of the insanity of a grudge, this form of intense resentment, it's just so powerful, front and center, vivid. There's a lot of learning to be had from it, from investigating, analyzing, contemplating. A grudge is basically a form of mindfulness. that serves to torture us over a long period of time. Yeah. So there is one that presents one of the three methods for removing grudges that I promised on Monday we would talk about over the upcoming classes. If you can perfect your practice of mindfulness with regard to something like a grudge, why not transfer that mindfulness to a state of mind that will benefit you? Through holding a grudge, you have proven to yourself that you have the ability to perfect mindfulness. Maybe not for all objects, but with regard to this object of resentment, you've perfected mindfulness. Congratulations. Now let's just shift that mindfulness to something that will benefit you and those around you, like maybe compassion or like sewa. Yeah. Let's transfer your powers of mindfulness from the object of your grudge to sewa. It's beautiful. You know you can do it. You've proven it with your object of grudge. Now it's time for us to transfer and use that mindfulness for meaningful, beneficial objects that will heal yourself, heal others, and heal the world. There it is. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day and a great weekend.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you,
That
Jeff.
was very helpful.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Bye-bye.
Appreciate that insight, Jeff.
You're welcome, Marilee.
It's really
Bye.
great. Appreciate that. Have
You're
a
welcome.
good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.